We'll go ahead and start the Miami press conference with head coach JD Arteaga and student athletes Rob Evans and Alonzo Alvarez. Coach, if we can get things started with an opening statement, and then we'll take questions from the media. So, Coach, whenever you're ready.
So, great win. Any win in the ACC is a great win and a tough win. Stanford came in, I guess they're seeded number 12. They're one win away from being the 8th seed and having a bye and all that stuff. So this league was so bunched together there in the middle. And every opponent's a great opponent. So Rob did a great job coming out early and kind of setting the tone. And that top of the second inning could have gone away from us. They got a leadoff single, then a double, score a run, man on second, nobody out, and just does a great job of minimizing. And then we come in the bottom half of the second and put up a 3 spot. So a great job of answering. But just a great game all the way around. Played good defense, swung the bat, timely hitting, good pitching, and of course Alvarez at the plate had a great day with 4 hits and a couple of home runs and a double. And we got a senior on the mound and a freshman, a true freshman behind the plate. We had three freshmen in the lineup today, hitting 5, 6, 7, and they all contributed some way or another. Just great signs of what our future looks like and what this team is, how it's coming together.
Thanks, Coach. We'll open up for questions down there.
Good to see you. I just wanted to kind of ask about what you were just talking about with the young talent. Obviously, there's talent all around, but Alonzo, Dubovic, what does that say about the program and the future of the program where it's heading?
I think we're in a great place, and I spoke about our freshman class a lot this fall and early spring, and of course having such a veteran team coming back offensively. The question was, where are they going to play? And how do we get him in the lineup and give him opportunities in at bat? So, because of injuries, a guy like Milano has had to step in at third base. It's done a great job for us. An injury to Sosa's, throwing arm. He's playing first base. So Alvarez comes in and Dubovic is, swung the bat really good early when Max Galvin was out with an injury. Once he came back, we're trying to find a place for him. So he kind of set in there at the DH spot. So it looks really good for us offensively and just the freshman class in general.
It seemed like you got stronger as the game went along. I think we saw a bunch of 5s and 6s, those little late innings. How did you feel? I mean, it seemed like the last couple of weeks, since you've gotten back to 100%, it's pretty good.
I mean, I felt pretty good going into the game. I kind of pride myself on trying not to, react like JD preaches all the time. Don't be reactive. In those first 2 innings, I felt like I was reactive, waiting to get punched in the face. And Tokim hits that ball out the yard, and it kind of wakes you up. Like, all right, you got to go now. And especially facing the team for the second time, they expect certain things from you. And which I realized I had to switch up the game plan a little bit and kind of help me feel a little better, right? So, got the fastball going and realized once it was effective, why go away from it?
What do you think has allowed you to thrive in the starting role this year? I mean, just if you could reflect on your development as a pitcher this year.
I think the team and the confidence they put in me. I know that every time I go out there, the guys behind me truly believe we can win that game no matter who it is. And stuff like that helps you go a long way. When you have good stuff and you have the guys around you that believe in you, it just helps, right? So, and then on top of that command of the ball, being able to put the ball where I need to, whenever I need to make a pitch, is huge. But, yeah, mainly the confidence piece is what's fueling me right now.
I got to add to that. His stuff is great and all that, but we got some good competitors on this team, but he leads the charge by all means. It's competitiveness and finding ways to win. Some days it's a slider, some days it's a changeup, today it was a fastball, whatever it is, he just competes his tail off and just finds a way to win all the time.
Alonzo, for you, obviously you hit the ball in the screws, I think 4 times today. What's really working for you right now in the box?
Just working on what we learned from Coach Mingo and kind of just having a simple approach and not trying to do too much.
Do you feel like your power stroke is really starting to blossom right now at this point in the season?
Yeah, I mean it feels good right now, so kind of just trying to stay with the same approach and not to get get too big and just try to help the team win.
And Coach, from your perspective, what makes this guy so special at such a young age in the box?
He's a great athlete, number one. He was taking ground balls at short yesterday at the practice. He looked pretty good, but don't get any ideas. Just a great athlete and works hard. He's always learning, and it's fun to watch him. He started every midweek game behind the plate, but I guess it's maybe 3 weeks now. He's been starting every weekend, and just watching him grow before our eyes it's really something special. And again, one of the guys that we knew he was gonna be a big part of our program. We didn't expect it to have to be this year, but he's fortunate we had him here and he's ready to go. And we lose one guy, but he stepped right in so far. It's been great.
Alonzo, 4 for 5 is good for really anyone on any day, but doing it from both sides against 4 different pitchers, how do you change your approach? Do you change your approach from the left to the right side? When you see that many faces at the plate, how do you get prepared for that bat like that when you really have no familiarity with who you're going against?
I mean, we do have some familiarity, Coach Mingo does a great job in preparing us with an approach, and he works really hard. So it's kind of just trusting him and looking for a good pitch to hit over the plate.
We're going to try to take a question from Zoom. Christopher, go ahead.
JD, can you expand more on Rob's performance, what he gave you, what was working well for him, and to give you 7 innings, postseason starters to give you that many innings is always important. Just how'd you feel about what he did in particular, in addition to what he already said?
Well, I think Stanford came in with a really good game plan. I think their plan was to take away his slider, and all the best swings they had and the hardest balls they hit were off his slider. And kudos to Laz, recognizing it and making an adjustment, and Rob being able to do that and really pitched off of his fastball, which is still his best pitch, but he located his fastball in and out. And the sinker going, got some quick outs. And yes, it's nice to get 7 innings, but even nicer to get 7 innings and 90 pitches. So, we want to win this tournament. It's a goal of ours, but we're not going to overextend anybody. And really next week is the ultimate goal, right? So he's got some extra rest, but we weren't going to overextend him anyway. But going 90 pitches and 7 innings, that's as good as it gets.
And then JD, also the lineup, all 9 of your guys had base hits. Just what'd you think of everybody today? What was going well for the group?
Well, we got a long lineup. There aren't too many breaks there, and it's nice to see the bottom end of the lineup starting to do some things that not necessarily just having to swing the bat, like bunts and safety squeezes and moving guys over and making productive outs, and those things are important. Those things are very important. You're not going to sit there, especially against good pitching, and just swing your way through a staff and score a ton of runs. You got to be able to manufacture runs and produce runs in other ways. So, guys are kind of clicking on all cylinders right now, and it's the right time of the year to be there.
And then what can you say about Alonso, just his performance?
Sorry. No, I don't care.
Again, we've spoken about it enough. It's 4 for 5 at the plate, and you can't go without speaking about his defense either. I mean, he blocked some tough pitches today. Last weekend at Florida State, he threw 4 to 5 potential base stealers. So he's been the whole package. Which again, that's a really tough decision to play, especially for freshmen. He's done a great job.
Looking ahead to tomorrow, are there any things that you want to fine tune even before the NCAA tournament, or some specific things that?
I mean, there's always things to improve on. Bullpen, the consistency out of the bullpen, and coming in and throwing strikes. That's number one, right? I mean, we've had our defensive issues throughout the year. We're solid today. Played good defense in a couple of double plays. So there's always room for improvement. When guys get opportunities to come in out of the bullpen, is coming in and throw strikes and challenge guys and get people out.
The last one back here.
Coach, yesterday Stanford went 7 for 14 with runners in scoring position. Today they're 0 for 9. What does it say about the staff, Rob, and the rest of the guys that came in? Although got themselves into some trouble, able to work out of it. And although a 9-run game, that's a 1 or 2 run game back again.
Yeah, that's pitching, right? That's when you got to make your best and most important pitches is when guys are in scoring position and there's threat on the bases. And not overthrowing, not trying to throw your way out of jams, and that's, to me, it's kind of a lost art. All you guys talk about is vertical break and horizontal and spin rates, and that's great. It's all sexy and everything, but pitching is pitching, and it hasn't changed and never will change. You got to make your best pitches when it counts, and that's what guys in score position, the game on the line.
All right, appreciate it, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.